Brothers and sisters, welcome. For this time, we exploit the book Life to Me is Christ, St. John Eudes and his message. And today, the message I would like to share with you is living our faith. Faith is not just believing. The Latin word for faith means both believe and trust. When you believe in someone because you love him and are sure of him, you trust him. That was Abraham's attitude toward the God of the covenant when he entered his life. For him, Abraham left everything, his country, his family, even the religion of his ancestors. We can see it in Genesis chapter 12, verse 1. And set out on the journey, risking all for God. Abraham, who was also a sinner, honored God with his faith. It is by his faith that he was justified. That is to say, recognized as holy in the eyes of God. That is why, for both Christians and Muslims, Abraham is recognized as the father of believers. It is to Abraham's faith that John Paul II refers us when he speaks about our pilgrimage of faith. Following the example set by Mary, true daughter of Abraham. We see it in Redemptorist Matter 14. St. John Eudes tells us that faith is the foundation of Christian life. Faith is the foundation of Christian life. It is in the faith of the church that we were baptized. Marvelous gift from God, along with hope and love, the theological virtues which establish our relationship with life with God. Let us see how St. John Eudes speaks to us about faith in relation to Jesus, Son of the Father. He said, faith is a heavenly and divine light, a participation in the eternal and inaccessible light, a radiating beam from the countenance of God. It is a communication and kind of projection of the light and divine knowledge which was infused in the holy soul of Jesus at the time of his incarnation. It is the science of salvation, the science of saints and of God himself, which Jesus drew from the bosom of his Father and brought to us to dispel our darkness, enlighten our hearts, and give us the knowledge we need to serve and love God perfectly. This light of faith allows us, as it did Jesus, to adhere totally and with love to what the Father makes known to us. If we contemplate God with the eyes of faith, we will see him just as he is, although the vision of faith is accompanied by some obscurity. It reveals to us all that is in God and in Jesus Christ. It tells us that God is infinitely true to his word and unfailing in his promises, that he is all goodness, all gentleness, and all love to all those who seek Him and trust in Him. It gives us a sure knowledge of the fact that divine providence conducts all things and events. Faith must permeate our lives and govern our actions. St. John Eudes recommends daily prayerful reading in the New Testament in order to acquire the Spirit of Jesus and act as He did. Such reading will teach us the knowledge of wisdom of God. The Gospel will rule our lives, and the Holy Spirit who guided Jesus will inspire us to act as true disciples of Christ. Brothers and sisters, this is what St. John Eudes is telling us about how to live our faith. Faith, and the model to live it is that one of Abraham, who has abandoned totally himself to God, who has, like a child, trusting his dad or his mother on the way. We don't know exactly where the road leads to, but because of the confidence that that child has in his parent, he follows. Is that faith St. John Eudes is talking about, and he's inviting us. And he added, to strengthen our faith, invite us on the daily readings of the New Testament, that which will make us to know the wisdom of God, to know and understand God, and definitively to make us to be a true Christians. Brothers and sisters, this is the teaching of today, and this is what we are called to live as a Christian. Let us ask the Holy Spirit to help us and transform our heart to live really as the disciple of Christ by living well our faith in God. See you and next